I want to go ahead and talk about the S&P downgrade of U.S. sovereign debt from AAA to AA plus. It's a telltale sign that S&P, one of the three major rating agencies, has decided to do this and not the remaining two. The S&P has a spotty history in and of itself of getting it right, whether or not it be the Enron scandal, the Japanese sovereign debt, or the subprime mortgage debacle, and as of late, the Citibank and Goldman Sachs mortgage-backed security offerings. S&P is not the most credible rating agency out there. It is by de facto one of the institutions of this oligopoly, but by far do they have this sterling record of getting it right. That being said, I want to talk about what David Beers had just said on Fox News. David Beers had just went on Fox News to talk about entitlements and how the growing liability of such entitlements are putting the country on a negative watch list, and he went so far as to even imply that in order for us to get our AAA rating back, we would have to shrink these entitlements immediately in order just to be considered. And one question I have is, since when has the S&P or any ratings agency for that matter been concerned about the contingent liabilities of a company for whom they rate? Anyone who knows anything about the federal budget calculation knows that Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare are not included in as part of the federal budget calculation on our debts. And the reason why that these entitlement programs aren't included is because of the fact that these are future liabilities, and these are future liabilities that are first of all, they're hard to estimate given the life expectancy of the current population and the growth rate, what have you. Number two, that the artificial minimum age threshold for a citizen to receive such entitlements can change. Congress can easily change that at will. And the third is the degree to which our tax revenues go to fund such things. So that's the reason why Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, and all these entitlement programs are not included in a part of our budget calculation. So if this were a private company, these things would be considered contingency liabilities that would be off the balance sheet or footnoted on the balance sheet. And so that's one thing that kind of puzzled me. I don't understand how David Beers can charge on contingent liabilities that may or may not be at a growth rate of X in the future and all this other stuff. So that doesn't make any sense to me. Number two is this. Hold on here. So the second thing I want to talk about is, since when have contingent liabilities such as entitlement programs for the government part, on the government's part, like Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, since when have these things affected the creditworthiness of debt that has already been issued? The Treasury bills and Treasury bonds are auctioned off on a weekly basis, actually. And so since when have entitlement programs directly affected the creditworthiness in regards to whether or not we would default on past debt? I just don't see that. I don't see the direct connection between the two. Understand that, of course, the debt to GDP ratio would be a concern for me. But as far as just contingent liabilities themselves alone, whether or not they affect the creditworthiness of debt that has already been issued, that's beyond the pale for me. So again, this David Beers guy, I'm not sure if he is injecting himself in this political debate because he has a bone to pick or what. But there are a couple of things about S&P's latest downgrade that just don't sit well with me. So all right, good luck to you guys. Peace.